So awesome to have you back. Today, we're jumping into something super exciting. Feeling weighed down by debt and living on a tight budget? Let's jump into some super smart tips that can really help you out. Just a heads up, this isn't financial advice, okay? This video is purely for educational purposes. Seriously, make sure to chat with a financial advisor for your specific needs. Paying off debt when you're on a tight budget can feel like a mountain to climb, but trust me, it's totally doable. With some discipline, smart planning, and a real desire to make a change, you can totally crush that debt. It's all about two key things: getting the most cash to pay off debt and keeping new debt to a minimum. Simple, right? Start by checking out your finances. You really want to know where you stand, right? This is a foundational step. Can't tackle debt effectively if you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. List all your debts. Create a detailed list including creditor name, like Visa, student loans, car loan. Next, your current balance. This is the total amount you owe right now, okay? Next up, let's talk about interest rates. This stuff is super important. Higher rates mean you'll end up paying way more over time, and nobody wants that, right? Minimum monthly payment. The minimum monthly payment is the smallest amount you can pay to dodge those pesky penalties. Due date, here's when you need to make each payment, so mark your calendar. All right, so the next step is to track every single dollar you spend, okay? For at least 1 month, meticulously record every penny that leaves your pocket. Use an app like Mint, a spreadsheet, or even a pen and paper. It shows you exactly where your cash is flowing and helps spot those sneaky leaks in your budget. Create a budget that really works for you, one that fits your lifestyle. Look at your income and spending habits, then create a budget that fits you. Income, total net after-tax income per month, then fixed expenses. Rent, mortgage, regular loan payments, insurance. Utilities, though these can sometimes be reduced variable expenses. Groceries, transportation, personal care, entertainment. Then debt repayment. This really needs to be at the top of your list, like right now. The goal is to find as much extra money as possible to put towards debt. Once we've got a solid grasp on our finances, it's time to roll up our sleeves and tackle the next step, cutting down those expenses like a pro. Aggressively cut down expenses. When money is tight, cutting back on expenses is your best friend, right? Every single dollar you save can help pay down your debt faster, you know? Get rid of anything that doesn't really matter. Keep it simple and clear. Subscriptions. Cancel unused streaming services, gym memberships, apps, magazines, etc. Eating out. Takeaway. Drastically reduce or eliminate it. Eating out can really drain your wallet, you know? So why not whip up all your meals at home? It's fun, saves cash, and you can get creative in the kitchen. Entertainment. Look for fun, free, or low-cost activities like parks, libraries, community events, and potlucks with friends. There's so much out there to enjoy without breaking the bank. Shopping. Hey, let's hit pause on buying new clothes, gadgets, or any of that extra stuff, okay? If you really need something, check out thrift stores or online marketplaces for used options. It's a great way to save some cash and still find cool stuff. Coffee, snacks, drinks out, these little daily buys really add up, you know? So, why not make your coffee at home? Pack some tasty snacks, and always carry a water bottle. It's a simple way to save some cash and stay refreshed. Cut down on those fixed and variable bills to save more cash, you know? Groceries, plan meals, make a strict shopping list, stick to it, and avoid impulse buys. Buy generic brands. Look for sales and use coupons. Consider discount grocery stores or food banks if needed. Utilities. Be hyper-vigilant about energy consumption. Look for cheaper plans or providers for electricity, gas, and internet. Phone plan. Check out different plans to find a better deal. Think about going prepaid or choosing a basic plan with less data. It could save you some cash. Transportation. Why not walk, bike, or hop on public transport when you can? Carpooling is a great way to save some cash and have fun with friends. Plus, if you can combine errands, you'll save gas and time. It's a win-win, right? Insurance. Make sure to shop around for better rates on your car, home, or renter's insurance every time you renew. You'd be surprised at how much you can save by just checking out different options. Negotiate. Call service providers, internet, cable, phone, and ask if there are any lower-cost plans, or if they can offer a discount. Mention competitors' prices. Rethink housing if possible. This is a big one. How about getting a roommate? It could totally lighten the load on your wallet. Move to a smaller, cheaper place? This is a long-term strategy, but consider it for the future if current housing is too expensive. Next, let's chat about how you can strategically boost your income, even just a bit. Every extra dollar earned, especially when combined with aggressive expense cutting, acts like a rocket fuel for debt repayment. Side hustle, even just a few hours a week can really make a difference, right? It's amazing how little time can lead to big changes. Gig economy, driving for rideshare, food delivery, Uber Eats, DoorDash, dog walking, babysitting, house cleaning, or odd jobs through platforms like TaskRabbit sell unused items. Declutter your home and sell clothes, electronics, furniture, books, or anything you no longer need on platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or local consignment shops. Freelancing, if you have marketable skills writing, graphic design, virtual assistant, social media management, tutoring, offer your services online Upwork, Fiverr. Part-time work, picking up a couple of extra shifts, or even snagging a second part-time gig can really help out. It's a great way to boost your income and make things a bit easier, right? Overtime, if your job has those sweet overtime hours available, definitely jump in and grab them. Promotion if you're a valuable employee. Prepare a case and ask your employer for a raise or discuss opportunities for promotion. Explore benefits and assistance programs. Research federal, state, and local programs you might be eligible for: food assistance, SNAP, housing assistance, energy assistance, unemployment benefits if applicable. Use official government websites or local social services agencies to find out. All right, so now we're diving into how to pick the best way to tackle your debt. You really need to come up with a solid plan and a timeline for when and how we're going to tackle this debt. It's all about taking those steps, Once you've got some cash to spare, think about how you'll tackle that debt. Debt snowball method. Start by jotting down all your debts, starting with the smallest amount first and working your way up. It's like creating your own roadmap to financial freedom. Focus on making the smallest debt payment while just covering the minimum on everything else. Why not throw all your extra cash at the smallest debt? It's a smart move. Once you've knocked out that smallest debt, don't just sit there. Grab that cash you were using for it and throw it at the next smallest debt. Trust me, it'll feel awesome to see those debts disappear one by one. Pros: it gives you those quick psychological wins that really boost your spirits. Paying off those smaller debts can create some serious momentum, especially when you're starting out with a low income. It's super motivating, don't you think? Cons: you could end up shelling out more interest in the long run than with the avalanche method. Second method, debt avalanche method. List your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest. Make minimum payments on all debts except the one with the highest interest rate. Put all your extra money towards the debt with the highest interest rate. Once you've knocked that out, just tackle the next highest interest rate. Okay, pros: saves you the most money on interest over the long run, leading to quicker debt payoff overall. Cons: can take longer to see the first debt paid off, which might be less motivating for some. Make more than minimum payments, even adding an extra $10 or $20 to your minimum. Payment can significantly reduce the total interest paid and the time it takes to clear the debt. Ditch those credit cards, my friend. It can really mess with your finances. If you're carrying a balance, cut up your credit cards physically, or just freeze them and commit to using cash or debit only until your debt is under control. You cannot pay off old debt if you're accumulating new debt. When things get tough and feel out of control, don't hesitate. Seek professional debt advice. There are often free or low-cost options available to help you out. If your debt feels overwhelming, you're struggling to make minimum payments, or you just need guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. Nonprofit credit counseling agencies, organizations like members of the National Foundation for Credit Counseling or the Financial Counseling Association of America offer free or low-cost services. They can help you create a realistic budget, negotiate with your creditors on your behalf for lower interest rates or more manageable payment plans. Debt management plans, or DMPs, are pretty neat. You make just one monthly payment to an agency, and they handle distributing it to your creditors. This can help freeze those pesky interest rates and fees, giving you some breathing room, It's all about simplifying things and taking control of your finances. Let's dive into another important topic: building a small emergency fund, even if you're in debt. It might seem counterintuitive to save money while paying off debt, but having a small emergency fund is crucial. This prevents you from going deeper into debt when unexpected expenses arise: car repair, medical bill, job loss. Once your debt is gone, you can focus on building a larger emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Keep that motivation flowing, and remember, patience is key to reaching your goals. Track your progress. Keep an eye on your progress by using a visual tracker, spreadsheet, or even a handy app. Watching those debt balances drop is super motivating, don't you think? It really makes the whole process feel rewarding. Celebrate small wins. Celebrate every little victory, like paying off a debt, no matter how tiny. Treat yourself to something fun and free, or super cheap. You deserve it. Find an accountability partner. You need someone who really gets your goals and is there to cheer you on. Stay positive. It's a marathon, not a sprint, you know? There'll be tough days ahead, but just keep reminding yourself of your goal. Financial freedom is what really matters. Paying off debt when you're on a tight budget really shows your grit and smart choices. It's all about making those little decisions that add up over time, you know? Every little step you take adds up and brings you closer to your big dreams. Thanks for tuning in. This is a fun series all about financial education for new investors. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? It really helps us out. We'd love to hear what topics you're curious about. Drop a comment and let's explore together.